What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about Bungie's new game Marathon, and more specifically, what runner shell you should be using when you start this game on March 5th. I'm going to go through what runner shells I think might be a little bit overhyped and which ones I think might actually be a little bit overpowered. So stick along throughout this video. I'm going to have Bungie's most recent video about Marathon and how their shells work up in the background while I give my commentary so you guys can also make your own opinions. Please let me know what you guys think, which shells you think are going to be overpowered, or which shell you're looking forward to running the most, and put that down in the comments below. All right. The first runner shell that they show us is a shell called Destroyer. I think that this shell actually looks pretty balanced. I'm not sure how strong the riot shield that they give him really is, but I think that this is ultimately going to come down to how strong is the aim assist in this game and how quick is the time to kill. If the time to kill is really quick and the aim assist is really strong, having a character like this with movement that can, close gaps very, very quickly and then have a shield that they can kind of put up and down on demand. That might be a little strong, but overall, I'm really excited about this specific class, and I don't see any glaring problems with it. Now, this next runner shell, or what I like to call it the rat shell, the assassin shell, is my biggest concern with all of these shells. It allows your character to go invisible along with some other things. I understand the stealthy play style, and people enjoy that. But I think that invisibility has no place in an FPS. I think that being able to see and hear your enemy in an FPS game, especially an extraction shooter, is integral to the game. There's no reason that I should not be able to see who I'm fighting. I also think that invisibility, especially in class-based games, typically forces a specific meta where you have to play one character in order to counter the invisible character. And I just don't think that that leads to fun gameplay. So I really hope that they have this class balanced well and it's implemented better than I've seen the gameplay footage show. The next shell we have to talk about is actually the Recon shell. And the Recon shell is what I actually think that the Assassin shell is going to force a lot of players into if they don't want to get ratted. I do question the what it looks to be the ultimate ability of this character, which is just kind of like wall hacks. I do like the tracking and being able to find other players. I think that being able to see those assassin shells is going to be integral to surviving in this game, especially if the assassin shells are as broken as they look to be. Other than that, I really think that Recon looks like a fun character. Wall hacks might be a little bit overpowered, but they might also be necessary depending on how strong the assassin shell is. And as someone that loves PvP but hates being ratted more than anything, I can tell you that I will be running the Recon shell when this game releases. And I think that a lot of other people are going to be forced into that playstyle as well, just because they don't want to die to someone who's invisible. And that is exactly the type of forced playstyle or forced counter that I'm so worried about the Assassin Shell creating in this game, just because of how strong it looks from the gameplay we've seen so far. The next shell, Vandal, is actually pretty straightforward, and this is going to be one for anyone who's played Apex Legends. This is going to be for your Octane mains and your Ash mains. The people that love that movement, this is the character they're going to want to play. The people that want to run around and just feel like they have good movement in a game and feel like they can throw off crosshair placement or a control or aim assist, and they want to be able to burst out of it. I think this character looks really fun. I do think that compared to some of the other abilities, it's not very team focused. It's not going to help you as much as like a riot shield or just being invisible will. But I think that it looks like one of the most fun characters to play. I also think that this shell is going to provide a very high skill ceiling, and very mechanically gifted players are going to have the best time with this shell. So for the next runner shell, Thief, this is literally just if the Apex Legends characters Pathfinder and Loba had a baby. You get a very, very independent character in the sense that it has great movement. You can see the things that you actually want in an extraction shooter, which are loot. But you also get team utility, which I think makes this character so valuable. The team utility on this character is going to be in a little drone that you get to fly out and look at areas. It can also steal loot, which is kind of hilarious, and I think it's going to create fun scenarios. But I do think that if you want to play this game and just be very independent, but also have the ability to help your team, this is going to be the runner for you. I would honestly be okay if this was the only runner in the game and this was just the one character you got because I think it does so much of everything so well that I think it would be fun to just play with only this as the available runner. The next runner shell is called Triage. It's going to be that support or anchor shell in a team. Now, again, I said in a team. I think that this character or this shell really shines in a team environment. So, where you're going to get the most out of this character is when you can have your teammates that are constantly being healed or getting support from you in some way. I'm not sure how great Triage would be if you were playing solo. Again, this isn't exactly my play style. I'm always the first one in, and to be quite honest, probably the first one to go down. I'll admit it. Uh, but I would personally love to have a triage on my team. And I know that that's how most people feel is, they don't always want to play the support, but it's very noticeable when you have a teammate that is a good support. And it's also equally noticeable when you're fighting a team with a good support. So there's definitely value to be found there. And for those characters that like those people that like to play these types of characters, we appreciate you. And I wish more people would. I also recently saw something that said the triage character might actually be able to bring back teammates that have been fully thirsted in games. And if so, that is just such an amazing perk. And I always hope to have one of these on my team. And the last runner shell that they show off in this video is Rook. Now, Rook is, if you've ever played Escape from Tarkov, it's the equivalent to a scav run, or if you play Arc Raiders, a free kit. Now, I think the free kits in Arc Raiders are actually pretty strong, so I'm pretty sure that this game they've already said that they want them to be not strong, and it is literally just a go in, grab what you can, and try and survive. Sounds much more like Escape from Tarkov than it does Arc Raiders. Now, I think that that is a good thing. I don't really want to be swarmed by a million rooks at the end of a game when I'm full and heavy on loot. That's not fun. It's not fun in Tarkov. It's not fun in Arc Raiders. So I'm hoping that that is the case, and it looks to be the case. It looks like Rook is really just meant to give those players that hit 0 or maybe just wanna take a fun run and not have to worry about losing anything, a chance to still play the game or maybe get some money or credits up in a way that is not stressful. Now for the next announcement, you don't have to be a Rook, and you can just want to get something free because we are doing a giveaway on the channel again. This giveaway, we're gonna have slightly lower expectations. The last one, we asked for 500 comments. This one I'm going to ask for 100 comments, and we're still going to be giving away a copy of Marathon. So please like, comment, and subscribe so you know if you won. And drop a comment down below. Tell me what class you want to be running. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed to this into the video, you definitely deserve to enter, so make sure you comment. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next one.